Hi, everybody. It is Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is time for the Monday Night Huddle. Let's huddle up, everybody. I'm your host, Matt Brown, of the Monday Night Huddle show. And it's been a while since we've had a Monday show. It's been, at least 2 weeks or more. I don't know, but it's been a while. But I do want to thank all you guys who joined us. We were doing live shows last week from the National every night last week. So I want to appreciate you guys for showing up on that. Man, a lot of people on already. We got Chris Ellis on, Ryan Bailey, Card Shark Chris. And that reminds me, tonight, Card Shark Chris is going to be our guest tonight. He is going to open up what I would consider a vintage hot box because he's going to open up his January football hot box. Of course, Card Shark Chris is our longest running football subscriber, and he's going to open up his football hot box here a little later on in the show. Bunch of news. I mean, since I've been out for I haven't had a show in 2 weeks. A lot of news. First, I want to just talk about the National. Go back if you didn't watch any of our videos, go back and check out our National videos. We did recaps every night, except Sunday we didn't. So I want to tell you a little bit about Sunday. 25 Perez in the house. How you doing, sir? So the big news from the Nationals first is that Mickey Mantle card. I don't know if you guys, I posted a picture on Facebook of it. So Mickey Mantle, SGC 9.5. They're expecting it to hit $10 million, folks. $10 million. I want to show you the auction's on right now. It runs, I think, until August 27th, 28th. Let's share the auction here and show you guys what it is, what it looks like. Let's see here. So there we go. Currently bidding, it's at $6.2 million already. $6.2 million is that Mickey Mantle is what it's at already. We just had a Honus Wagner sell this week for a record $7.25 million, the most ever for a baseball card. I think this Mickey Mantle is going to beat that. I don't know if it's going to hit $10 million, but it's off to a really good start at $6.2 million. I think it might get close to that $10 million mark. So see what happens on that. The $10 million, though, if you look at notice something interesting about this card. It says the 1985 Rosenfine finest known example. So if you don't know who Al Rosen is, look him up because he was called Mr. Mint back in the day. And he actually, if you got any Tough Stuff magazine or a Beckett magazine, he always had a full page ad almost every month advertising where he was going to be to buy cards. He was called Mr. Mint, Al Rosen. This was one of his finds back in 1985. And for him, he called it the best known example that he had ever seen. And this guy this guy went out and spent millions of dollars on cards, saw every kind of card there was imaginable. Mr. Mint did, and he had a very good eye. Back in 1985, of course, didn't have grading, but he ended up selling this card for $50,000. And now it's been graded and is on sale now at the right now $6.2 million. So if you don't know, this has a little extra kick to it because it's part of Mr. Mint's one of his finds, and he kept it for quite a while, and then brought it on, and then actually sold it, and now it's being up for sale now. Do you guys think this will hit 10 million? I didn't think it would. But after seeing now it's only been on auction for a little bit, still have 19 days left, and it's at $6.2 million. I think it might have a chance to hit the $10 million. I think it's definitely going to beat the Honus Wagner, which is surprising to me. The Honus Wagner card is the holy grail of baseball cards. Pretty much all cards, I think. The Honus Wagner has always been. There's only like about 50 known examples. Now, there are some PSA 10 1952 Mickey Mantles. There's, I think, 3 of them total. I think what's going to happen, though, is you're seeing this card sell. It's already going to go at least for $6.2 million. I think you'll see one of those PSA 10 Mickey Mantles come on the auction block here probably pretty soon, especially when they see the prices this SGC 9.5 is going to get. But again, this is part of Mr. Mint's find, which adds a little bit extra onto the history of this card. Kind of like the Wayne Gretzky, when Wayne Gretzky and Bruce McNall bought the Honus Wagner back in the early 90s, or it might have been late 80s. Eventually, when that got graded, that was labeled as the Gretzky McNall find, or Gretzky McNall purchase. So we will have to see what happened. And same thing with Charlie Sheen when he bought, I forget what Charlie Sheen bought something, but then when they graded and stuff, they marked it as Charlie Sheen's. So we'll see when it hits $10 million. I think it's got a good chance to do that. All right, the other big news coming out of National was there was a COVID outbreak at the National, folks. Came back on Sunday, and I looked on my Twitter on Monday, and it's like everybody I knew that was at the National got COVID. I did not, thank goodness, folks. Thank goodness. I am happy about that, but a lot of people got COVID, including our friend John Newman over the Sports Card Nation podcast. I think he's starting to feel better, so our prayers go out to him and our thoughts that he makes a full recovery from that. But a lot of COVID. And you would think they would have had more COVID cases in 2021 at Chicago than this past year. But it seems like it was the opposite. There was about, I would say, maybe 5 to 6% of people wearing masks. That was it. There was more in Chicago wearing masks, maybe about 25%. But it definitely went down. But be careful out there, everybody. They got a new variant, and it's pretty contagious. So a lot of people caught COVID at the National. Thank goodness I was not one of those people. All right. A couple other things I noticed at the National. It was cool to see Dr. James Beckett just walking around. You know, Beckett, Dr. James Beckett. If you don't know Dr. James Beckett, he founded the Beckett magazine. And it's amazing that people don't really spend, and I talked about this on my recap show one night, that it's amazing people don't know who he is, or they know the name, they don't know his face, and you don't ever see him doing signings or anything like that. You would think he would be famous in this hobby, that he didn't create the hobby, but he took it to a new level that most of us would not be in the hobby without Dr. James Beckett. I mean, I was sitting at a table where it was like all dollar cards, it's called the Dollar Singles Club. And he's sitting there going through a dollar box just like I was. And how cool was that? That this guy who basically started the Beckett magazine is sitting there going through dollar cards and dollar boxes. So that was kind of cool. Got some good deals. I didn't talk about Sunday, but I got some good deals on Sunday, actually, from some packs, actually. So, Kerry Vance in the house. Hey, Kerry Vance. How you doing, sir? Good to have you finally back. You guys have a big game tonight against the Yankees. My boy Logan Gilbert's going for you guys, so let's hope he does well. But I got some good deals on packs. David Adams dropped a lot of their prices on Sunday, which was nice. Picked up a couple mega boxes of 2002 Chronicles Draft Picks football. All these will be opening up soon on the channel. Picked up Upper Deck AEW Blaster Box. Picked up WWE Prism Blaster Box. And the thing I was really excited about was they had 2021 Pro Set Baseball Blaster Boxes. I didn't know. I knew Pro Set came out with baseball, but I didn't know they had these blaster boxes where you get the 50 card set in the blaster box and 3 autographs. And they were $12 a blaster box. I bought 3 of those things. So that'll be fun opening up one night on the channel. And maybe we'll do a wrestling night where we open up AEW Blaster, compare it to the WWE Prism Blaster. We'll do that coming up. So, all right, let's talk about the news. Let's talk about baseball. A lot of baseball stories going on. Kerry Vance says, beat those Yanks. Yes, beat those Yanks. A lot of baseball. Let's talk about the baseball trade deadline. Man, that was a heck of a trade deadline. Of course, it was highlighted by Juan Soto getting traded from the Nationals to the Padres. Padres went all out, folks. They got Juan Soto. They got Josh Bell. They got, who else they get? Oh, Josh Hader from the Brewers, the closer. That is a heck of a lineup. And I might have forgot. Did I forget anybody? I wrote them down. I think those were the main guys that they got. But they gave up a lot for Soto. They gave up C.J. Abrams, who's currently on their major league roster. He was their number one rated prospect last year. Then they gave up their number 1 rated prospect this year in Robert Hassel, plus Mackenzie Gore, another top 10 prospect out of their farm system, and a couple other prospects too, all for Juan Soto. So I think the Nationals did really well. I really like C.J. Abrams. I don't know much about Hassel, but I think Abrams is going to be a pretty good player. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Juan Soto, but I think they're going to get at least 3 quality major leaguers out of this, and which will help the Nationals maybe in about 2-3 years down the road. So I don't think it was a bad trade for Washington. I think they got quite a haul for Juan Soto. And they're talking now Juan Soto might be the first $500 million man. So we will see if the Padres are able to. That's the big thing is, getting Juan Soto to sign. Will Soto want to sign with the Padres, or is he going to go out there and check out the market? So that's a big thing. We'll see what Juan Soto does. The other trades, the Phillies got Noah Syndergaard, decent pitcher. The Phillies are doing well right now. I think they're in one of the wild card spots. So we'll see how the Phillies do on that. The Braves went out and got Iglesias and Jake Odorizzi. So the Braves made some moves. Mets didn't really make any moves except getting Steven Duger from my Giants, which you can have them. So they didn't do too much. The other trades I saw that were pretty not impressive, but caught my eye was Trey Mancini getting traded to the Astros. Of course, my mom was very upset about this, seeing Trey Mancini traded. And what got me a little weird, just confused, was the Orioles didn't get anything back for Trey Mancini. Here they are, only like 3.5 games out of the last wild card spot. They haven't smelled the playoffs in years, and you have a chance to, I actually thought maybe the Orioles might even try to add somebody, add like another starter, a low end starter, just to show their fans that they're trying to win. But no, they trade Trey Mancini for 2 minor leaguers. One of the minor leaguers is actually getting ready to have Tommy John surgery. It's the Orioles, folks. It's the Orioles. So, and finally, the Mariners picked up Luis Castillo from the Reds here. This was a couple days before the trade deadline. I think it was a good pickup for them, adding another quality starter. They didn't go all in. I mean, they also made some other small trades too. They didn't make that big splashy trade, but I think the Mariners have a good game plan. I think going forward, they have a nice young team. They just got to keep building on that team. Surprisingly, the Yankees did not make much of a trade. They traded Jordan Montgomery, got, I think, Harrison Bader. The Mets really didn't do too much. Some teams were surprisingly to do and other teams that I thought were going to sell didn't sell, like my Giants. I actually thought my Giants would be looking to trade, Brandon Belt, Jock Peterson, Rodon. Yeah, I'd like to keep him, but I think he's going to opt out. So I thought they would trade some of their pieces away. But the Giants did not trade anybody away except Steven Duger and backup catcher of the Mariners. So some other teams I thought should have traded too, but they did not. But Angels had a big fire sale. Reds had a big fire sale on those teams. I thought the Red Sox might also try to move some of their guys just because they're back pretty far. So let's see. Kerry Van says also got Henninger back, and Julio's back on Wednesday. Oh, Julio's back. That is good. I don't know if you saw Kerry Vance, one of my national videos, but I found a Julio Rodriguez Bowman Chrome prospect card in a dollar box at the National. So I picked that up. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I picked it up. I don't know why I did the Mr. Burns, but I did. So that is that, the MLB. Let's talk about our Power 5 top rankings, and then we will get over to Card Chart Chris here in a little bit. So our Power 5 top rankings are top 5 teams, and there's been a major change in the top 5, folks. Major change because some teams are on, some teams are off. Starting off at number 5, this team's never been in our top 5, St. Louis Cardinals. They have won 7 games in a row. They are 9-1 in their last 10 games. They currently have only a 2.5 game lead, I think, over I forget what team's behind them. But the Cardinals, I think the Brewers are behind them. But the Cardinals are my number 5 team. Very hot right now. One of the hottest teams in MLB. At number 4 is the Houston Astros. They are 4-4 in their last 2 games. Picking up Trey Mancini is already paying dividends. He's got 2 homers already. Not even it's been less than a week that it's been almost a week. Hasn't even been a week yet. Got 2 dingers already for Trey Mancini. So that was a good pickup for the Astros. Dropping out of number 1, down to number 3 is the New York Yankees. They have lost 5 games in a row. They did not do anything in the trade deadline at all. I thought they would do a little bit more, but they still have a 9.5 game lead over the Blue Jays. But I worry about the Yankees in the playoffs. I really do. So we'll see what happens with the Yankees. But they're my number 3 team. And you know what? If heaven forbid, if Aaron Judge goes down, gets hurt, that team is not going to be that great. So, and he does have a long history of injury, being a little injury prone. So we'll see what happens with Aaron Judge. They have our number 3 team. My number 2 team is the other team from New York, the New York Mets. They also didn't make much trades. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games, but they got Jacob deGrom back, and he looked pretty darn good, if you ask me. Getting DeGrom back is better than almost any trade most teams even could have made. Getting a pitcher like that back in their rotation. Now they got to make sure he can stay healthy. But the Mets are my number 2 team. My new number 1 team. My new number 1, folks. It's the new evil empire, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have won 8 games in a row. They have a 15.5 game lead on the Padres, which is a second place team. And the Padres went all in, getting all these guys. But the Padres are basically playing for that top wild card spot. They are not going to be able to catch the Dodgers. Dodgers really didn't do anything. They picked up Joey Gallo, and he's going to be a good off the bench guy for a pinch hit. Always potential hit a home run, but better potential to strike out. But my Dodgers are my number 1 team. They won 8 games in a row, running away with the National League West. My new number 1 team. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who is your new number 1 team? If it's not the Yankees, I don't think it's the Yankees anymore. You lose 5 games in a row. You still have a 9.5 game lead over the Blue Jays. Notice my new Blue Jays hat. It's always weird when you go to a card show, you walk around with a hat on, and everybody thinks that's your favorite team. Like, I was walking around the one day with a Blue Jays hat on, and everybody was just showing me Blue Jay cards. I was like, I just like the hat, folks. I don't like the team. I just want a new hat, I like to mix it up a little bit. So, all right, let me know who is your number 1 team down in the comments. Card Shark Chris, give me a thumbs up if you are ready, sir. I'm about ready to bring you on, I think. Card Shark Chris, of course, are one of our guys that comes on all the time. He is always here for us, and he wanted to come on and show that his January hotbox. He's a little late on opening stuff, so let's bring him on. Card Shark Chris, how you doing, sir?
Microphone check 1. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Problem is, I can hear myself too. Do you have some headphones there?
Just a minute.
All right, I'll take you off for a second. All right, while Card Shark Chris gets some headphones so you don't hear my voice, double my voice. We will talk a little bit, see what else we got in the comments down below. Nobody was mentioning who your new number 1 team did. Who's your new number? Kerry Vance, who's the number 1 team in Major League Baseball? That's what I want to know, Kerry Vance. Who is the new number 1 team? And where's your boy Mike? Where's Mike Vance at? I haven't seen him in a little bit. Of course, we met some great people at the National. Saw John Newman from Sports Card Nation podcast. Talked to Jake from Legends Never Die. He has a great YouTube channel. He's actually going to come on. Kerry Vance says Twins. They are in first place, but they only have. I don't even think they've cracked 60 wins yet. I really don't. So I don't know if I'd put the Twins up there. They are playing well. They're playing in a bad division, though, really. Just a bad division. So we'll have Card Shark Chris. He just popped off for a second. Going to get some headphones. So, Kerry, you can text him. You haven't heard back. Oh, my goodness. Maybe he's playing softball, but softball might be over. I don't know. So, softball might be over. So, that's what we got going on. And hopefully you guys enjoyed my videos on the National. We got a lot of great stuff opening up some AEW, Dynamite, or AEW, opening up some Prism we got coming up. Also, I opened up on our national show the Prism, Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Edition. We're here come to find out they didn't advertise it, but if you took a box over to the top stand, they gave you a special rookie card sealed up. So I had one extra box that wasn't open yet, so I took that over and got it, that pack. I haven't opened that pack yet. So it's an uncirculated card. You can feel the uncirculated in it. And I don't know what's actually in it. And we're going to open that up live on our show, probably when we do the Topps Chrome Anniversary, the second box. Open up the first box, and we got Julio Franco, I think. We got Julio Franco auto out of our box. Not a bad one. Not a great one, but not bad for the Indians. So we will see how that works off, but we'll see what we get out of that redemption pack. It's not the regular Topps redemption that people are now selling for $35, and there's some gold. It's crazy. Like, I got in line Sunday as soon as 9:30. Like, we get in half an hour early as VIP. Like, I went right to the top stand and got in line. And starting at 10, they started doing the redemptions, because the other day they were out of redemptions by 11. So it was like an hour they were out. So this time I made sure I was in line. But people, like, depending on the number of boxes you got so many redemptions. There wasn't really a limit. And that people were actually in line with cases, like of 2022 Top Series 1 or Series 2. And that way they would get as many redemptions as possible. Oh, Mike Vance is here. That way they would get as many redemptions, or not redemptions, but Topps promo packs or VI, whatever they were called, packs as possible. But yeah, people were sitting there with cases of boxes. So basically, you take your box up, they unwrap it, they like put a mark across your UPC, and then they go on from there. So that's what they do on your box. Then they give you the pack, and you walk away. Back in the old days when I used to go to the National back a long time ago, they actually made you open up all the packs, which was kind of weird. So, all right, Card Shark Chris, I think, is back. Well, let's bring him on. Card Shark Chris, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. That is a lot better, though. All right, Card Shark Chris, it is time. You have there, I believe, a vintage hot box.
Yes, from January for sure.
January 2022. Let's be correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And of course, Card Shark Chris wanted to come on and tell us about, or show us what he got. You can always check out his channel, Card Shark Chris, on YouTube, and see what he's got going on there. Of course. Well, that's just a weird sound. Hopefully you get rid of that sound. Are you making noise over there, Card Shark Chris? I'm telling you what, man, Card Shark Chris is hard to bring. He's hard to bring on, folks. He always has audio troubles. He's trying to figure something out, I guess. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. But while we're waiting for that, let's take a quick commercial, and we'll be back with hopefully Card Shark Chris and his January hot box. Are you tired of going to the store and finding all the shelves bare of your favorite sports cards? Well, I got the solution for you. It's Hotbox Cards. Hotbox Cards is a sports card subscription service. And what's even better, Hotbox Cards is affordable. No more than $100, $150, $200, $300 sports card subscription boxes. I'm talking Hotbox Cards at $29.99 plus shipping. You can't beat that. And you can't beat the variety. Most sports card subscription boxes are all about packs. Here, we like to mix it up. Every box, you're going to get 3 unopened packs. You're going to get 50 bonus cards, plus 3 game use or autograph cards. And we'll even ask you what your favorite team is. We try to give you one of those game use or autograph cards to be one of your favorite teams. So you got to check out the website, hotboxcards.net. You are going to love it. Plus, we give bonus items every month. Every month, we have a different theme in our boxes. And we give free items in every box. You can't beat it for $29.99. Check out the website, hotboxcards.net, and become a subscriber today. All right, folks, we are back. And just an update on the Hotbox Cards. All the football boxes now are shipped. Now I got to get on to baseball, get the baseball. So I just got the very end of it. Didn't hear who it was. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Okay. Oh, we're talking about the auction. Oh, the auction. The auction was the Mickey Mantle auction. SGC 9.5 Mickey Mantle 1952 tops. They're expecting to sell for $10 million. It's currently at $6.25 million on Heritage Auctions. And we will be checking that out every week to get that, to look at that. Actually, I'll take a quick share of that here right now for you. Let me show you that. For those guys that just joined us, I took a picture of this Mickey Mantle card. It was at the National. It's being sold by Heritage Auctions. It is a 1985 Rosenfine, known as the finest known example of a 1952 Mickey Mantle, Topps Mickey Mantle. Al Rosen, of course, was Mr. Mint. Back in the day, he had ads in all the magazines. We'll go around, buy cards for years. He'd be the guy, like the bald guy with a bunch of cash in his hand, basically on the ad. But currently, cards at $6.2 million. They're expecting it to go to $10 million. And we just had a Honus Wagner sell for $7.25 million. So it's getting close to the Honus Wagner already. To me, the Honus Wagner would be a little bit, to me, the Honus Wagner is like the holy grail of trading cards. You know, the Mickey Mantle's up there, though. It's probably number 2, in my opinion. But to me, the Honus Wagner's, the top card. So they had it at the National. Now they did have, there has been 3 PSA 10 Mickey Mantles. So there has been 3 PSA 10 Mickey Mantles, and I think you'll see that I think you'll see one of those PSA 10 Mickey Mantles come out after this auction's over, because they're going to want to get that money too. So, because it's been, I think, over a year since, I think it was 2021 that a 52 Mickey Mantle PSA 10. So I could be wrong, but it's been a little bit for that. All right, let's see. Card Shark Chris is doing better. I think he's doing better. He said he has a short in his headphones. Let's see. Can we Card Shark Chris, are you there? Are you still working on it? Oh, he's gone again. I should have brought something. I don't even have anything to open, folks. I'm telling you what, I should have a plan B, because Card Shark Chris is not doing too well with his setup, but he is still working on it. Worst case scenario, I'll just sit here and talk. I don't have any. Oh wait, I do have some stuff to open. I have these NFL experience cards, so I could open up some of these. We could check them out. I bought these to use in hot boxes, but they're really bricked up, really bad. When I buy older packs sometimes and they're not guaranteed an autograph, I'll try to open one just to make sure. Like this is really bricked up. So we'll open a couple of these, see what we get out of these. These are 1994, I think. Could be wrong. What year are you? 1995 NFL experience. We can win a trip to the Super Bowl. So, see. All right, let's see what we get out of these. Like this, like this, like that. That is bricked, folks. That's why I did not put these in the hot boxes coming up. So let's open this up. We start off with Robert Smith. Got a Robert Smith. Steve Bono, I mean. Not the singer. Jim Everett. Remember Jim Everett? There he is with the Saints. Of course, don't call him Chris Everett. If you don't know that joke, look it up on YouTube. Curtis Conway. Yeah, sometimes most of the there isn't really too much damage, except there's if there's a prism card in here, kind of, which I think there is like one per pack, they get a little damage. But Herman Moore, it's tough to know. Like I've been finding, like, I try to stay away from Pacific a lot. Classic, I try to stay away from the really old Classic. Tops is usually pretty good, but some stuff's really bad to open. Natron Means, he was a big boy. Then we got Chris Warren. Oh, we got a printer's proof, 1 of 409. Let me show you this. If I can get it off without breaking it. Oh my goodness. We got Harvey Williams. Look at that. Printer's proof. 1 of 409 of these. So they only made 499. That makes more sense. So 1 of 499. It's not in bad shape. There's no like paper loss. So there it is. Harvey Williams. Of course, he played with the Chiefs. And there he is, a printer's proof. I wasn't expecting a printer's proof. Wasn't expecting that at all. I love this guy. Gus Murat, man. If you guys remember back in the day, he was a draft pick. Oh, we got a message from Card Shark Chris here, folks. I think we got a message from Card Shark Chris. Hold on, man. This is a live show here, folks. And his phone is about to overheat, so I don't think he's going to join us on. But so Gus Murat was like the last round pick for the Redskins, and that was the same year the Redskins used their top pick, which is probably like top 10, on Heath Schuler. And this guy just outplayed him. Of course, he's also known for ramming his head against the wall, giving himself a concussion against the Giants, and having to get taken out of the game as well. Then we got Reggie White, Hall of Famer, Reggie White. Let's see. The glossy normally don't have damage. I opened paper ones that chipped all the black borders. Oh, yeah, black borders can be very tough. All right, I don't think Card Shark Chris is going to get on, folks. I think we might have to reschedule him. So it looks like we're opening NFL Experience tonight. All right. I wish they had stats on the back of here. They would be. Oh, look at that. Emmitt Smith on the front. I'll take that. If I can get it out of here. Of course, I do always try to look at the cards and make sure there's Natron memes again. Before I put any cards in hot boxes, I try to make sure they're in good shape. Unless they're a vintage like 70s or older, then they can have quite a bit of damage. I'm not too bad. Desmond Howard with the Jaguars. That was after he had his big days with the Packers, of course. Who else we got here? We got Ben Coates. I'm trying to get the cards that are unstuck. Ben Coates, tight end, the Patriots. Pat Swilling, not known for a Raider, mostly known for the Saints. I think he might be in the Hall of Fame, actually. Brian Cox, there was a great linebacker. Brian Cox for the Dolphins. Then, of course, went on, basically followed Bill Parcells around, went to the Jets. Then I think he might have went to the Patriots as well. Next up is Vinnie Testaverti with the Browns there. Hayward Jeffries, part of that run and shoot Houston offense there with Warren Moon. And this guy, too, Chris Chandler. Look at that. Back-to-back Chris Chandler cards. Talk about your boy. He was a backup to Warren Moon, and then I think took over a little bit. I forget what they call it. He had a nickname. I don't remember his nickname, but was that? I'm thinking of somebody else, I think. I think of somebody else. Chris Chandler actually went on to play for the Falcons. Didn't he? Wasn't he the one that took them to the Super Bowl? I think. Could be wrong. We got Stan Humphries for San Diego. You guys can listen to me on steal these. Whoa. All right, Joey Galloway, great wide receiver for Seattle. Robert Brooks, wide receiver for the Pack. Ugh. Jeff Blake, man, I saw a game. Bengals and no, that was Akili Smith. Never mind, different player. Greg Lloyd for the Steelers, one of those great linebacker teams for them. J.J. Stokes never lived up to the hype. UCLA grad though. And we got we got a silver card of Michael Westbrook. Of course, Michael Westbrook went on to, didn't he go on and fight like some MMA matches, I think. That's a neat looking card. And it's numbered 1068. Good shape, though. Hang on to that. Got John Randall. Drew Bledsoe, the guy that got hurt and gave us Tom Brady. Blame Drew Bledsoe, folks. All right, John Randall. Of course, we'll be doing, I was thinking here, I have to start getting our NFL preview show together. Hopefully, Card Shark Chris gets a better microphone by then. Greg Hill is in that last pack. Oh, this pack. We'll finish this box, folks. I don't care. Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame quarterback. A lot of good. See, these were pretty good cards. If they weren't sticking together, they would have been good packs. Eric Rett, running back for Tampa Bay. Mark Brunell, a great underrated quarterback, lefty. I always liked watching lefty quarterbacks. Brunell, Steve Young, Michael Vick. I just like the way they throw the ball. I think that's pretty cool looking. Andre Rison, when he was with the Browns. I don't know if that was before or after he got his house burnt down. Craig Hayward. Mike Vance says he's not ready for football. Well, you don't have a lot to look forward to in football up there in Seattle, but baseball, you're doing good. See, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan, so I'm looking forward to football. New York Giants, baby. Yeah, I don't think Seattle's going to have a very good team. I don't know if you're a Seahawks fan, Mike Vance, but I don't think they're going to be very good this year. Andy Harmon. Jim Kelly. I saw Jim Kelly at the National. I took a picture, and I posted it. And asked if anybody knew who that was. Nobody knew who he was. It was Jim Kelly. Of course, he's been through a lot of cancer treatments and everything, and he's a pretty thin guy, but he was there at the National. Hugh Douglas for the Jets. Also played, I think, for the Eagles. Mike Mamula from Boston College. He was a big bust for the Eagles. I remember when they drafted him, and he was not good at all. And Eric Metcalf. Great return man was Eric Metcalf. Always liked him. All right, let's open up. We got a bunch of these packs in here, folks. Let's open these up. See what we get out of here. These are 1995. I don't know. I haven't seen any rookies, so Mike Vance said, unless they figure out how to get the ball to DK all game, I think we're going to struggle. I think he might get double or triple team there, Mike Vance. Plus, it sounds like he wants out, too. Sounds like he wants to go. So, let's see what happens in Seattle. See how long Pete Carroll sticks around, too. That should be interesting. Charles Haley, Hall of Famer, man, that guy has a lot of, I think he's got at least 5 rings. Haley does, of course, with the Cowboys and the 49ers. Warren Sapp, always liked Warren Sapp. Derek Moore, running back for the Panthers. Leroy Horde for the Browns. Kyle Brady from Penn State. He was a first-round pick bust. Rodney Peete, of course, for the Lions days, and there he is with the Eagles. We got a Carl Pickens. Remember Carl Pickens? Him and who's the other wide receiver for Cincinnati back in the day? Darnay Scott. They had a very good team there. This is like an insert or something here. We'll try not to damage that. Vinnie Testaverti again. Charlie Garner. He went on to play for the Raiders, too. And another Chris Chandler. Up to 3 Chris Chandlers. Of course, on Sunday at the National, if you saw on my my pictures, I think I did a picture of me and Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker from that 1990 Super Bowl New York Giant team. Keeping that from my PC, my personal collection. Got to meet him. And I told him the story about my family because I'm second cousins to a linebacker who played for Buffalo, Shane Conlon, who's an All-American linebacker for Penn State, played for Buffalo during all those Super Bowl losses. And I was telling him, everybody in my household that year watching the Super Bowl were all rooting for the Bills because we had a cousin playing for the Bills, but I couldn't do it. I was a New York Giant fan. I was the only person rooting for the Giants. And he said he appreciated the support. So Mario Bates, Rashawn Salam, Heisman Trophy winner from, I think, Colorado. Got James Stewart, not the actor, the running back for the Jags. Sean Lee. Trent Dilfer. There he is with Tampa Bay. Of course, he won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, I never met my cousin Shane, but he did send us some cards and stuff. He lives out in Pittsburgh area. He was with the Bills during 3 of their Super Bowl losses, and then he signed a big contract with the LA Rams, and then played like 1 season and then retired. So he had a good career. He was the AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year when he was a rookie as a linebacker. I forget what year it was. Dave Craig, he had a long career. Dave Craig did. And then I found out from like other guys doing interviews and stuff, they nicknamed him Buckethead because his head was so big. Maybe that's why I have a big head too. But yeah, this hat here is like a 7.5, I think I wear. So old Buckethead, they called him. Rodney Thomas for the Oilers. I think this is when they were the Tennessee Oilers before they changed their name to the Titans, but this is after they moved to after they moved to Tennessee, I believe. And this card does not want to unstick. There we go. All that for John Copeland. Darren Perry, safety for the Steelers. And Yancey Thigpen for the Steelers as well. All right. Of course, we lost out on Card Shark Chris tonight, folks. That January hot box is not. I don't even remember what's in the January hot boxes for football. I don't remember the packs. He is so far behind on opening stuff. He's a busy guy. You know, he runs the Arena Football League team there down in Georgia, and no, he's a sponsor for one of the teams down there. But I like to give him a little flack for being for running the league. But there's Brett Favre. Look at that, 1995. Brett Favre, he was in his heyday. Another Hall of Fame quarterback, Steve Young. Good start there. Darren Perry again. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to start opening it, man. He finally opened his December, and he's got the January. He's supposed to open the January tonight, but that's not going to happen. So we'll see what happens with those January hot boxes. But who knows? He's got a lot of hot boxes to open to catch up, man. And he's getting another one shipping out tomorrow. Checklist of Kerry Collins. Boomer Esiason with the Jets. Of course, you can see him on CBS now. Ricky Waters. He's from around where I live, around Harrisburg area. John Copeland again. I dropped those cards. Marshall Faulk, there he is. Is that his second year card, I think? Let's look here. Marshall. Yeah, I think it's his second year card, Marshall Faulk. It's a pretty good one. Isaac Bruce, another Hall of Fame player there. A lot of John Elway. What a Hall of Fame pack. Look at that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hall of Famers in that pack, folks. Steve Young, Brett Favre, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, John Elway. Whoa, that was a pack and a half there, folks. I don't know if we'll get any better. I don't know if there was any rookies in 1990. Was Kerry Collins a rookie maybe in 95? I'm thinking. I don't know. Michael Westbrook, regular card this time. We got Robert Porcher for Card Sharks Lions. Scott Mitchell for Card Sharks Lions. Brian Mitchell would always hurt my Giants. He was a great return man. Chester McLaughlin. Oh, look at it. Oh, it just broke. Thank goodness. Troy Vincent. Tyrone Wheatley, Heisman Trophy winner from Michigan. He was a bust for us. Michael Irvin. He was not a bust. Hall of Fame wide receiver. Trent Dilfer again, Super Bowl winner. And finally, Bruce Smith, Hall of Famer. Not a Super Bowl winner, folks. Not a Super Bowl winner. Nope. Maybe we'll try to get Card Shark Chris on next week. We'll see how that works. I will definitely have a backup, though, scheduled. Jim Harbaugh, look at that. The coach of Michigan. There he is with the Colts. Of course, he was a pretty good quarterback, actually. Terry Allen. Barry Sanders. There we go. Hall of Famer Barry Sanders. That's a nice one there. Jeff Hostetler, my boy, after he went out to the Raiders. Of course, he was the quarterback on that 1990 Giant team. He was a backup quarterback because our starter, Phil Simms, got hurt at the end of the year. And the Giants were doing great with Phil Simms. And a lot of people forget Phil Simms was, basically got us those playoffs. Hostetler took over in the playoffs and did pretty well. Tony Bennett, Mark Carrier, Bryce Pop, linebacker. And we got Deion Sanders. Look at that, Deion Sanders. That's a nice one there. Game card, it was called. I guess you can win some interactive game card for the Super Bowl. All right. Who else we got? Oh, we got Dan the Man Marino. That must have been one of his last years, I would think, or pretty close to it. Never won a Super Bowl. And Rodney Hampton. Oh, I love Rodney Hampton. Rodney Hampton's first carry in a preseason game was the Hall of Fame game. Broke off like a 90-yard touchdown run. First time he ever touched the ball in an NFL game. Not a regular season, but an NFL preseason game. I remember that just like it was yesterday. He was a rookie in 1990. I remember watching that game because I was probably 13, I think. So I watched that game. Oh, my goodness. As soon as he got the ball. He was the Giants' all-time leading rusher for quite a while, too. People forget he was on that 1990 team as a rookie, and then he got hurt. And because they had a 1-2 punch of Rodney Hampton and O.J. Anderson. Talk about O.J. just blasting you. And then you got Rodney Hampton with the speed. It was kind of like when they had Tiki Barber and Ron Dane, and they had Thunder and Lightning. Well, they had it before that with Rodney Hampton and O.J. Anderson. Oh, RTS, Rob's on the show. Saw Rodney Hampton dunk at the local high school. There you go, sir. Yeah, I think he tore something bad in his knee that year. But he came back and did great for the Giants. Jeff George. Rob, you missed Card Shark Chris on, and his audio and stuff was pretty bad. So I'm opening 1995 NFL experience cards that are all bricked together. Jerome Bettis, back when he was with the Rams. Don't forget about that. Terrell Davis, Hall of Fame running back. There's 2 Hall of Fame running backs back to back. Let's go from the back here so I can get this off. Garrison Hurst, he had a good career actually too. Roman Pfeiffer, linebacker. 1995, this was when I was graduating high school, so I knew a lot of these guys pretty well. Of course, we said Terrell Davis. There's Warren Moon up with the Vikings at the time. Of course, we are on Facebook and we are on YouTube Live, folks, so make sure you check us out. Marcus Allen, Hall of Fame running back. A lot of Hall of Fame running backs in this. Wayne Martin. Not Wink Martin. Wayne Martin. Eric Kramer. Went from the Lions to the Bears and did not do that well. Finally, Chris Dolman. I think Chris Dolman might be a Hall of Famer. Of course, mostly known with the Vikings. Chris Dolman is. So, what do you guys think of these NFL experience packs? These aren't too bad. These would have been good in the hot boxes, but I don't want to give out packs that are like this bricked up. Even though I don't see like paper loss on them, so that's good. But didn't want to do that for you guys. Steve Young. Sometimes if it's a little bricked, I'm okay with it, but Some of these were pretty bad. Reggie White, the pack that I opened had paper loss on one of the cards, so that's why I decided not to do it. William Floyd, Gus Murat, got Herman Moore, the Lions, Tim Brown, Hall of Fame wide receiver, of course, from Notre Dame. Played, I think, his whole career for the Raiders, actually. I don't recall him on anybody else. Anthony Pleasant. Wayne Corbett. Man, I was not a Jets fan, but I liked Wayne Corbett. Too bad the concussions got to him. Irving Fryer, great wide receiver for the Patriots and then the Dolphins. And, this guy, Dave Brown, man. This is why I'm not happy. This is why you don't draft Duke quarterbacks, folks. Not that big on. I was never big on Danny Dimes. No, I hope he does well, but Dave Brown. Oh my goodness, what a disaster! Rob will tell you what a disaster. Oh, and I found out, if you guys watch my national shows, I found out that, guys, I got a ball at the National, and it was signed by a whole bunch of players of baseball, and the guy called it a mystery ball, had a whole bunch of them, and I bought one, and it has a whole bunch of signatures on it. I paid $4 for the ball with a bunch of signatures on it, and I went and took pictures of it, put it on the bench trading, because they have a section on there you can post stuff, and they have a guy on there who's pretty good at telling you autographs, and it turned out they were all Detroit Tigers. Nobody that great. They were all from like 2007. Jason Grilly, Craig Monroe, Nate Robinson, but a lower end Tigers, but they were all Tigers, it seems like. A couple of them they still haven't figured out, but they figured quite a few of them out, and they were all Detroit Tigers, so pretty good. For $4, you can't beat it. James Stewart, dropped him. James Stewart, Anthony Pleasant, Wayne Corbett again. This looks like the same pack. Rob, I don't know if you saw the Mickey Mantle we did earlier in the show, but that Mickey Mantle, that SGC 9.5 is currently at $6.2 million. Andy Harmon at the Heritage Auction has still got 19 days left. Craig Hayward, which I'm sure Rob's the one winning it at $6.2 million. Let's see. Kevin Carter. Here's a nice one. Stan Humphries. Like a Super Bowl card here. A game card, I think it's called. Harvey Williams. Yeah, for $4, I thought that was good because I know Card Shark Chris will probably buy it off me for $4. So I'll probably sell it to him for cost and ask for shipping. Who is this? Harvey Williams. I already said Harvey Williams. Eric Green. So yeah, for $4 you can't pay. I should have bought all he had because he had a whole box full of balls he didn't know who they were from. And he had so much. And then I went back the next day to buy more and his box was gone. So he must have sold them all. Or more than likely, he probably just pulled them back, maybe. I don't know. But Mike Sherrard, Giants. Remember Mike Sherrard came over for the Broncos. And Dan Reeves took over and brought all these Bronco players over. That was a disaster, too. All right, next up is Anthony Miller, speaking of Broncos. Chris Carter, Hall of Fame wide receiver. All he does is catch touchdowns. Man, when he was with the Eagles. Rob says, yep, I'm winning in my hides at 7.8. Oh, you're okay, 7.8 million. We'll see if it goes out. I think it might hit 10 million. I really do. I think it's going to hit it. I think it's going to get close. Lake Dawson, I didn't think when it first started it was going to hit that. Michael Haynes, but after it's got to 6.2 million already, I think it's got a good chance. Hey, come on, card. There we go. Alonzo Spellman, he was a big bust for the Bears. Leslie O'Neal had a good career. Derek Moore, running back. Rashaan Salam on the game card. Have a foil there. Charles Haley again, Hall of Famer. Pretty sure he should be a Hall of Famer if he's not. And Warren Sapp. Oh, I wasn't expecting to open stuff tonight, folks. I was expecting Card Shark Chris to open his January hot box. So, but that did not. It was not in the cards tonight. That box does not want to be open. Does not want to be open, folks. Carl Pickens, wide receiver for the Bengals. Pretty good career, actually, Carl Pickens. from the University of Tennessee. Curtis Martin. I used to be able to tell, like, all these guys, like, you would tell me a guy, I could tell you what college they went to for the most part, for baseball and basketball back in the day. Derek Lavelle. Bryce Pop. I was really good at that for some reason. Tony Bennett. Maybe because I liked college cards a lot, so I used to always buy up college cards. We got a pretty good one coming up here in 1 second here. Mark Carrier, look at this. Marshall Faulk sculpted insert. See if I can get this off without damaging it too much. All right, got 2 cards off there. Oh, that's good. That's no paper loss at all. It's a die cut, too. That's nice. That'd be Marshall's second-year card. Nice insert. Tim Brown. Rob says that he thinks he's going to hit 10 million too. Do you think it's because it's part of the Al Rosen find, the Mr. Mint find, that it's really going to hit 10 million? Do you think that has anything to do with it? A lot of people are thinking it does. Irving Fryer and Dave Brown there. A lot of people think that's putting it over the top because it's part of Mr. Mint's find. You guys, again, if you don't know who Mr. Mint is, back in the 90s and 80s, he had a full-page ad in every Tough Stuff magazine. And if you don't remember Tough Stuff magazine, look it up, but it was pretty popular. And every Beckett, I think he had a full-page ad. It was this guy who just had just wads of $100 bills in an ad just to buy stuff. That's all he was doing. He wasn't selling anything, or his ads weren't selling anything. They were just buying stuff. And he'd be like, oh, I'm coming to Philadelphia this day and this date. You know, call me and I'll set up a time or whatever. Come buy your collectibles. So he was very popular back in the day. I remember him being at he was at the National when I first started going. Because remember, he had a stand there at the National. It was like one of the first, like, as soon as you walked in, that was his stand, was right there. So I remember seeing him. I should have got my picture taken with him. Well, back in the day, man, I didn't even have, back when I was going, I mean, they didn't even really have, cell phones were just starting and they didn't really have cameras on them. But Charlie Garner, we got Chris Dolman here. Ooh, that one really cracked. Roman Pfeiffer. Thank goodness it was Roman Pfeiffer. Garrison Hurst. John Randall. He used to put that eye black on. Greg Hill. Kind of reminded me of the Road Warriors or something there, folks. Drew Bledsoe. Deion Sanders. Always liked Deion Sanders. Even though he was with the Cowboys and other teams, but I always liked Deion. Alvin Harper. Alvin Harper, of course, known for the Cowboys. Kerry Collins. I don't know if that would be his rookie or not. Maybe not. Maybe 94 is his rookie also. Boom, 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 boom. Of course, for you hot boxes, I have completed all the football. The football are going out and getting ready to start on the baseball probably tomorrow. So, Bruce Smith, Brian Mitchell, return man. Robert Porcher. I feel like I'm getting repeats now. Harvey Williams. Might have a whole set. Eric Green again. Mike Sherrard again. That one's got a little paper loss. Charles Haley. Jim Flanagan. There's a new one we have not seen. Remember the name Jim Flanagan. Don't know much about him. Rob Moore. Of course, he played with the Jets too. Rob Moore did. That's what he was drafted by. And Junior Seau, Hall of Famer, the late, great Junior Seau. How many more packs? Oh, this is the last stack, folks. We got one. Look, even the packs are stuck together. Even the packs are stuck together. We got 4 packs. No, 5 packs. Another one stuck together. So not only are they bricked, but the packs are stuck together as well. So Mike Brown is in the house. Way past your bedtime, sir. I know that. So, all right, let's open up these last 5 packs here. See what we get out of here. We'll call it a night. Jim Flanagan again. Junior Seau again. Rob Moore. Of course, this is pretty much the same pack before. Oh, bricked cards are fun. Checklist of Emmitt Smith. It's hard to buy vintage packs. It really is. Because you don't know if they're going to be bricked or not. And the seller doesn't know either. He doesn't. Byron Bam Morris. The seller, unless he opens up he has a whole bunch of these and he got them from the same case, then he might know. But for the most part, they don't know. Jerry Rice. I bought these off eBay, but Not ever buying these again. Jim Harbaugh, because I don't think no matter how you stored it, I think they were still going to stick together. Checklist of Kerry Collins. They must have been really big on Kerry Collins and Boomer Esiason. Of course, we can win a trip to Super Bowl 31. I think it might be expired. But who knows? That'd be hilarious. If I pulled a ticket out of here saying I won a ticket to the Super Bowl. Oh my goodness. I would hunt down whoever owns the classic the classic company anymore and say, I want my Super Bowl ticket. Warren Sapp, Derek Moore, Kyle Brady, Rodney Peete, Jeff George. Anybody ever win a contest for a lot? I remember back in the day, me and my little brother won a Toys R Us shopping spree. I think it was it 500 or it was like 250? But this is back in this was definitely back in the early 80s. And we actually won it at, remember Handy Snacks? They still have them. Handy Snacks, where they had a little red thing. You spread the cheese on the crackers. I remember opening the box, and inside the box, there was a thing that said that we won a shopping spree to Toys R Us. I forget how much we got, but it was, oh my goodness, it was at least 200 or 250. So we didn't have a Toys R Us in our neighborhood, so we had to drive 30 minutes away, to get our Toys R Us shopping spree, and we bought a whole bunch of stuff. Jerome Bettis, of course, back in that day, I wasn't really, didn't think about value stuff, but why do you remember this? I don't know. You were around, but I know Mom had just me and Alex split it up. So, of course, if you don't know, Mike Brown is my older brother. So, but yeah, Toys R Us. I thought it was 500. We got a $500 shopping spree. Maybe you were part of it too. I'm not sure. Jerome Bettis, Steve Young. You'd have to ask Mom where your share is. I don't recall you being there though. I don't. Haywood Jeffries. But I remember winning checklist. To be honest with you, it should have been all mine because I'm the one who opened up the box. Of course, I didn't pay for the box. Byron Morris on that one. But yeah. So Mike Vance says, most I've won is free fries from McDonald's. Hey, that's pretty good. Free fries from McDonald's. I'll take that. So I usually don't have that great luck. A friend of mine from high school was part of a group that won the lottery years ago, and I forget how many millions he got. So I know people that have won really great stuff. I haven't really. That was the high point of my winning stuff, was back when I was like 10, 11 years old, back in the 80s. Sean Lee, Dave Craig, Rodney Thomas, and John Copeland. Ugh, they're bad. Darren Perry. I remember we had to send it in, and Steve Young. I think we did like registered mail or something to make sure it got there, but it was pretty impressive. Reggie White, Lake Dawson, Alonzo Spellman. It would have been cool if it was like a timed shopping spree. Although, I mean, it would have been cool, but it's a lot better if you can actually just walk around and decide what you want. But that would have been cool if like they give us like, like 20 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes, get as much stuff as we can, or like 5 minutes or something. That would have been fun. Like they did on that supermarket sweep. Always liked that show. Let's see. My daughter Tiffany won the cake wheel 6 times in one day. That's a lot of cake. A lot of cake for that girl. Lake Dawson. And Michael Haynes got 2 packs left, and then we will end the show tonight. It has been a weird show. Card Shark Cruise was supposed to be on. They had some technical difficulties, and I was not prepared for a backup, let me tell you. So we will try to get him back on once he figures out everything. Scott Mitchell. Yeah, supermarket sweep. Remember that show? I don't know if they still do it. I remember they redid it there for a while with Ray Ferrari, or that guy with the sunglasses on the back of his head all the time. I forget his name. Does the drivers diners, drives, and drive-throughs, or I don't know. Some stupid shit he does. But they redid the supermarket sweep there for a while with him. But I used to like that show. Oh, come on, Scott Mitchell. There we go. Chester McLaughlin, Troy Vincent, great cornerback. Tyrone Wheatley again. Guy Ferrari. There we go. Michael Irvin, Trent Dilfer, James Stewart. Have you guys ever been to like one of the restaurants that are like featured on one of those shows? Like I did that with there's a place up and outside of Buffalo. Is it Buffalo? No, outside of Syracuse that sells a white hot dog. I forget the name of the place. It's very famous, but they did an episode of I don't know if it was like they did something on the Food Network on that. So sometimes if I see like a place around there, I'll try to look up shows that they've been on just to try it. James Stewart again, Terrell Davis, Jeff George, Jerome Bettis. All right, last pack. We need some last pack mojo to win our Super Bowl 31 trip. Then I don't know where that Super Bowl was, but I'm sure it's better than where I'm living. So, all right, come on, Super Bowl. Gary Collins checklist card. Boomer Esiason. One of his last cards, probably. Ricky Waters. That would be hilarious if we pulled out a Super Bowl. Marshall Faulk, there's a good one. Isaac Bruce, Hall of Famer. Oh, cracked that one good. John Elway, Hall of Famer. This is that Hall of Fame pack again. I don't know if I'm doing a good job breaking these apart, though, this time. Robert Smith. Was he a Heisman Trophy winner? I think, from Ohio State. I know he played at Ohio State running back. He was, I think, a Heisman Trophy winner. Andre Rison, Hugh Douglas, and we're going to end it with Mike Mamula. There we go, folks. That was 1995 classic NFL experience. That was an experience. This is what the box looked like, folks. Win a trip. And it said Super Bowl interactive game cards, exclusive inserts, printers proof. We got one of those. X silver cards, sculpted cards. We got one sculpted. Super Bowl game cards. We got them. Emmitt Smith zone cards. We did not get any Emmitt Smith zone cards. They must have been really hard to pull. Don't see the things on it, but there you guys go. That is all the time I got for tonight, guys. I got to get to bed. Want to thank my partial guest, Card Shark Chris, for attempting to come on. We will have him on again. And next week, I don't know what we'll do next week. See if Card Shark wants to come back on and try it. Or maybe we'll do our wrestling show maybe a little bit. We'll try maybe doing that. So, all right, guys, I need to get to bed. I'm getting tired. I'm going to start for you baseball subscribers, start baseball tomorrow. I'm trying to get those baseball hot box out to you this week. So make sure you check out your bonus card packs, because if you get a redemption for an autograph item, it will be in there. So look for that, folks. Plus, there's other stuff that'll be randomly inserted into some of the boxes. So be on the lookout. Check out everything in the box. So make sure you get it all out. So, all right, that's all the time I got for tonight, guys. Be safe. Have a great Monday and have a great week. And I'll see you.